I think of each child who's a victim of this illicit war, about the child who doesn't have a place to go, who doesn't have what to eat, who doesn't have where to hide, who doesn't even know where to run to, who doesn't understand the reason for all this, because they probably still don't know what the greed for power, vanity, arrogance, and waste these adults are capable of. Adults who call themselves rulers, but that actually they are the anatomy of a hidden and corrupt face by their selfishness. I think of each child who's a victim of this disloyal war, about the child who can't sleep, who can't play in the streets, who hears sirens all the time, who sees smoke and destruction everywhere, who doesn't understand the reason for all this, because they probably still don't know what lie, pride, non-democracy these adults are capable of. Adults who call themselves liberators, but that actually they are the anatomy of the unbalanced and undisciplined body by their dictatorial methods. I think of each child who's a victim of this vindictive war, about the child whose body is hard, whose eyes are covered by tears, without schools, teachers, classmates, books, but who learns fear, despair at all times, who learns to distrust everyone, because they probably still don't know what prejudice, cowardice, and aggressiveness these adults are capable of. Adults who call themselves responsible for their countries and people, but that actually they are the anatomy of a seduced and dehumanized brain by their self-interests. I think about the children as much as I think about the young and the old who are victims of this despicable war. And when I ask myself the reason for all this, I allow myself to think about hate, violence, and the weakness these adults are capable of. Adults who call themselves aware of their acts, but that actually they are the anatomy of a defeated and impoverished heart by their false conquests. I think of each person who loses their loved one, victim of this war, and who must be wondering why all this happens, despite probably knowing intolerance, the respect of laws, and authoritarianism these adults are capable of. Adults who call themselves leaders, but that actually they are the anatomy of a suicide bomber, resentful and dominated by their radical beliefs. I think of these adults who are still unable to admit their mistakes, even so call themselves capable adults, but that actually they are victims of their own intimate wars, in which spiritual backwardness and illusion make them believe that they can be owners of someone or somewhere or of something in this life. Poor adults.